Right guys, on this project I want to try and turn this into an egg shape to go with the rest of my collection. This is my second attempt. The first attempt I did is, if you can see in there was loads of air bubbles on the bullet where I touched it with my greasy fingers, so that obviously reacted against the resin, and there was quite a few air bubbles actually on the burr wood. So what I did is I cast a second one, and I did warm the bit of burr wood up a little bit just to try and get rid of some of the air on this one, but I still had a few across the edge here. But at the end of the day, the burr wood wasn't stabilised with cactus juice or anything, so, but the good thing is I had no fingerprints on the bullet. So what I want to try and do is I want to turn this into an egg shape to go with, like I say, the rest of them that I've done so far. And so that's the plan. So let's get this in the chuck. I'm obviously going to have to centre this headstock and tailstock to get my basic shape and a foot on it, and then we can get it flipped and go from there. I don't know how this is going to work, because as you can see, the burr wood is not a bit round, it's just got a flat on the back, so I don't know how it's going to work out, so time will tell. So let's get this mounted in the chuck and go from there. Right, so we have our basic shape. It's not quite as long as what I wanted, but because I put a tenon on the end there to grab, obviously we've lost a little bit of depth and I want a little bit of a base. So does it look like an egg? It's still got the egg shape, hasn't it? But we'll see how it turns out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sand it and seal this burr wood where we've got it with some sand and sealer, so obviously that doesn't crack and do whatever else it does. So yeah, let's get on with it. And look at the mess, look at it all. Who turned resin? It's a messy job. So anyway guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this, I'm going to sand this with normal sandpaper to start with, and then I'm going to go to the Yorkshire grit and the Yorkshire grit microfine, and we'll see how it comes out. If it doesn't come as shiny as I want it, then what I will do is I will wet sand it with some wet and dry, but we'll see how we get on first. Right, so what I've done is I've sanded that up to 400. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand and seal the timber, and then we'll get the rest polished up. To be honest, this bit is turning out better than I expected. Because we had them bits of air in there, I expected to see a lot of that, but the way I've shaped it we've cut a lot of it out, so all you've got is a little tiny piece in there. I don't know if you can see that, and then a little tiny piece in there, so hopefully it shouldn't look too bad when it's all cleaned up and sanded. So yeah, I'm impressed. Wow, look at that. That is just with one coat of the Yorkshire Grit Original, and she has a shine already. Yorkshire Grit, I don't know if you guys use Yorkshire Grit, but it's a really stunning product. I had the privilege of going down to Scarborough and spending the day with Glenn Senior, who's the owner of Yorkshire Grit. There was me, Wayne the Woodturner, Dale from Maple Tree Studios, David Lowe was there. There was a group of us and we had a good crack. We spent all day turning. I learned absolutely no end from Wayne and Glenn. Absolutely stunning. The talent that comes out of those guys is unreal. So I was really privileged to spend the day with the guys, and I am really grateful that they spent their time teaching me something. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give that a coat of Yorkshire Grit Microfine, and hopefully we'll give it even better shine. Wow, look at that. That is impressive. And that was only sanding up to 400 grit, and then the rest is done with the microfine cut and paste. That, when I first started turning resin, I would spend the best part of 2 hours sanding with wet and dry right through to the highest grit I could get, and then polishing up. That has taken me from sanding from 120 up to 400, then Yorkshire gritting it 20 minutes if that. So that, I am really impressed with that, and that is a stunning finish. I'm impressed, and I'm glad I got rid of a lot of that bubbling off. I mean, I've got still a little bit of bubble in there, but to be honest, I could live with that. I'm happy with that. No, I like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it out, I'm going to clean the bottom off, and then I'll come back. So there we go. There is my, what do you call it? Bullet egg. I suppose there's a bullet egg in it. It's got a bullet in it. It's an egg. So yeah, I'm really pleased how this has turned out. As I said at the beginning, I had a bit concerned because around the bottom of the burr wood there was quite a bit of air in there, where obviously the wood's not treated or stabilised, so it causes a little bit of air in the resin. And this, like I said before, this is my second attempt, and this turned out a lot better. So I'm really pleased how this has turned out, considering how it was. The one thing I was worried about, that was going to catch the edge of the tip of the bullet as we was turned down, but we managed to get rid of that, well, managed to overcome that by leaving it a little bit more stubby. It's not quite an egg shape. Well, it is an egg shape, but it's not quite as high as I really wanted. Another ½ inch higher than that, but because I wanted to stand in it, and I also turned in the tenon to hold it with, we lost a little bit there as well. But other than that, I'm really pleased with it. It's to go with my collection of the other eggs, the pine cone egg and the horse chestnut egg. So yeah, the collection's getting bigger, as they may say. So anyway guys, hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please like and share. If this is your first time to the channel, then I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, and I will put a link in the description for my other 2 pine cones. No, not my other 2 pine cones, my other 2 eggs. And if it's interesting, then pop back and have a look at it. So anyway guys, have a great weekend, take care, speak to you soon, and bye for now.